Oh, please don't let him hit it to me. My God, not to me.
No!
There's going to be a lot of that this weekend. What's up? It's DeHuff. We're broadcasting from the Storms Bros Junk Removal Studios. Check them out at stormsbrothersjunk.com and get a free quote on that junk you need hauled away. This weekend, it's opening weekend for our Little League teams. Can't wait to, get things rolling, see how the kids can do. My daughter's team, they're the younger team. They're called the Hammerheads. They voted on it. Everybody was like, yeah, it's good, it's good, it's good. Right? My son's team, the older team, we started off as the Wolf Pack, but we've been the Wolf Pack for years and years and years, and we got a lot of new kids, and it's like, let's come up with a new nickname. They couldn't do it. I've said this for like the last 3 weeks. Nobody can come up with a nickname. We're basically TBD. That's our nickname. TBD. Now batting for TBD, right? It's silly. So I was like, last night at practice, Coach Carl's like, guys, we still need to come up with a new nickname. And it's like, they can't think. They can't. There's no creative juices. It's all gone. It's all gone. So I was thinking this morning, what we should do is just name them something ridiculous, borderline embarrassing. What's your team name? They don't want to say. And the better they play, the more opportunities they have, more chances they earn to get a legitimate name. What do you think about that? And I came up with some bad names. Bad names, not like naughty names, but names you just wouldn't want to be called if that's your baseball team. You could be the bench warmers. You don't want to be that. But if you're going with animals, turtles, nobody wants to be called a turtle. You're slow as shit. That's not fearful unless you're a Ninja Turtle. But we don't want to be Ninja Turtles, trademark infringement, stuff like that. You don't want to be the sloths, though they are cool. And they can drive a really fast car thanks to Zootopia. Flash, 100-yard dash. Sloths are cute and all. Same with turtles, but you just don't want to be named them. If you go away from the animals, how about this? This would be embarrassing, and it might be just right up our alley. How about meh? What's your nickname? Meh. That or Error 404. I like it. You guys have some fun with it. Interact with me either on Spotify. You can leave a comment, or you can direct message me or put it on my timeline on social media at DeHuff Podcast. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, just put it down in the comments if you want. And if there's some good names, put them in there too. Hot peppers. I don't know. I'm a raging Cajun. I'm hotter than a red pepper. That's Brandon Stokely, Peyton Manning's best friend. He likes that one. I'm a raging Cajun. I'm hotter than a red pepper. Peyton Manning's my best friend. Sounds nothing like him, and that's why I love it. Oh my goodness gracious, that's so stupid. I thought of the spicy pickles because I was hungry and I opened up my fridge and I'm like, ooh, pickles. Ooh, are they spicy or are they sweet? Ooh, they're spicy. That would be a great name for the team. Nobody liked it. Jerks. Okay. My son did bring up bench warmers. I was like, do you know what that means? That's why I put it in the bad name section. Anyway, you guys have some fun with that. It could be, you could change some lives. You could either positively or negatively. I don't know. Got a great show coming your way. We're going to be talking about a baseball brawl in the MLB and the unsung hero of that brawl. And I just think it needs more playtime. It needs to be propped up on a pedestal. This action and this person. Can't wait to get into that. What's the most boring sport to watch? Somebody asked me about that in the mailbag. Doctors allegedly scanned the wrong body part on Lakers Austin Reeves. And here in a second, we're going to be diving into the Colorado Avalanche as they flexed on the rest of the NHL. But you know what we need to do right now? Before we get into anything else, make sure you hit the subscribe button, interact with the show, give it a nice like, give it a nice review, and then we're good to go. Let's do this. Let's jump into the sports section.
He's walked the hallowed grounds of Folsom Field, Coors Field, and Mile High Stadium.
He runs with the 50. He runs with the 40. The guy is drunk, but there he goes.
It's time for Sports with DeHuff.
Well, the sports section is brought to you by Roof Goat USA. Check them out at roofgoatusa.com. Well, the Colorado Avalanche, they clinched the Central Division last night with their win over the St. Louis Blues in St. Louis. And they also earned the top seed in the West. Oh, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. Yeah, that's right, Mark Mosher. So excited. Oh, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. It never gets old. Never gets old. I'm cutting up the press conference this morning from Jared Bednar. And yeah, I liked what he said about this. It's exciting. Yes, it is. But Bednar kind of paints the picture of the reality of the situation.
Feels great, yeah. I mean, we're not throwing parades or, that kind of stuff yet. So, but we're happy with where we're at. I mean, we should celebrate it a little bit because it's a big goal of ours to start the year, and now we've accomplished part of it, and we'll stay focused here. We got 5 games to go, and we keep working on our game and dialing in some things, so we feel really good about our game going into the playoffs.
I don't know who's yapping in the background with that, but shush, coach is talking. Golly. By the way, that's something that drives me nuts. When a coach calls a meeting, real quick, guys, we're on the mound or something like that, and coach is addressing something, and then there's always like 1 or 2 people that are like, they're like, tickle, 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 hey, tickle, tickle. They're like, God, stop it, pay attention. Again, another reason why I could never be a teacher. Holy crap, you guys deal with that all the time. I know there's some teachers that listen. Thank you so much, especially if you've dealt with one of my childs. Okay, you know who I'm talking about, Jackson. Just kidding. JD's like, what? Son of a... Yeah, well, you're right. You're right. Could never be a teacher. It's like herding cats on a regular basis. But anyway, I like what Bednar said right there because, yes, it's really cool. Really cool. You clinched the division and you earned the top seed in the West. Awesome. Awesome. But, I mean, ultimately, okay, we got more shit to do. We got more shit to do. I think, if anything, if you watch the Avalanche, and I don't watch every single game, but I try to as much as I can. But the grit that they have, they're never out. Kind of like the Nuggets too, as of late on this winning streak they're on. You're welcome. As of right now, what are they? 9 wins in a row. I mean, seriously, you're welcome. But anyway, kind of the same thing is they're not out. They're not out until that final whistle blows, or in hockey's case, that final horn. Because they just have that grit, and they have that speed, and they have that determination that is like, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. They do not let off the gas. Sure, you're going to have some bumps in the road, but ultimately, you're not done till you say you're done, type of thing. They have that mentality. And who was it? It might have been Wedgie. I was cutting up that press conference too. And I didn't grab this soundbite. I'll play another soundbite from him in a second. But he's just like, there's a lot of essentially kind of like what I just said, bumps in the road. It wasn't a perfect season, but they've learned from their mistakes, type of thing. And that's what you want. Yes, you've clinched the division. Yes, you clinched the top seed in the West. But you're still going, there's a lot of stuff we messed up. There's a lot of stuff we still need to work on. We can be better. That's what you want. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now, like I said, I cut up goaltender Wedgie Wedgie, I refuse to say his full name because Wedgie is one of the greatest nicknames there could be. Here's him talking about the importance of the home ice advantage.
Well, it's just atmosphere, altitude, anything. You can do a number of it at home. You're in your own bed the night before. You still got to perform. It doesn't mean you win because you're at home, but it's, like I said, in between rounds, if you're able to knock a team out in 5 or 6, you're home for that many more days, and you don't got to go anywhere once you figure out who your opponent is. So, especially just for guys with families, I just look forward to that time, right? But there's definitely a benefit to your own bed, your own meals, your own routine, your own locker room, home ice stuff. It all comes, and then obviously the fans. You get them going. A couple hits. Playoff hockey's intense, and it'll pay in your favor, and we're looking forward to many games there at Bull Arena.
Yeah. So listen, they haven't had the best. I mean, they do really fucking great on the road. So it's just good. I like the way you got to think about that. It's going down to it's not going to mess up their routine too much. You got the comfort, but that being said, that could be a distraction to them. You have too many home distractions. So that could be a negative that they have home ice advantage. Not to be a negative Nancy or I'll play devil's advocate. They're going to fuck up because they're at home and too many home cooked meals. That's just bad. Hotel food, much better. I think ultimately it's going to be good for the Avalanche, and time will tell. Time will tell. But they got a vibe about them right now. That's ultimately, you could sit there and spit out all these stats, these miscellaneous numbers. Well, when they're on the power play and when they're doing this line versus that line, obviously, blah, blah, blah. It's coming down to, are they all going to be locked in or not? And you have to get into playoff mode. Playoff mode is completely different than regular season mode. So do I believe the Avalanche can go in there and whoever they get in their first round that they're going to win? I'm confident, yes. But it's at the end of the day, I got to see it to believe it. You got to go out there and earn your paycheck. If you want to ultimately hoist the Stanley Cup, you got to go out there and earn it. And they all know that. Every single fucking player, professional player knows that. But it has to be deep in your core that you truly believe it. You can be spitting out the words, but is every freaking molecule in you geared towards playing your hardest? That's what separates the good teams, the good players, from the amazing players, amazing teams. So we'll see. The Dallas Mavericks have disputed Lakers coach J.J. Redick's claim that their medical team examined the wrong part of Austin Reeves' body when he received an MRI by Dallas staff over the weekend. Jesus Christ. That's terrible. But I got to be honest. Anytime I've had a procedure, even when it's been like an MRI or whether it's a surgery or whatever, and sadly I've had plenty of those things. They're really, anal about, is, again, Scott, this is on your right hip or this is on your left shoulder or something like that. And it gets annoying, but I'm like, yes, right? So that's where it's kind of bizarre that they would fuck that up. They usually have a marker and they write it on your skin. Here, do this one. Right? If you've ever had a procedure, usually that's the way it goes. If it's on a limb. They keep saying body part. Did they scan his dick instead? What the hell happened? Right? It looks weird. Let's go ahead and scan it. I'm sorry. I don't know if he has a weird dick or not. Well, this took a weird turn. Sorry. I'll get a cease and desist from Austin Reeves people. They're like, why say he has a weird dick? Nobody knows about that. Sorry. I just snorted too. Sorry. It's only going to get weirder, guys. When asked directly about the incident about Reeves' alleged botched MRI, the scanned wrong body part incident, one doctor allegedly reminisced about the situation and said,
Ooh, and it's tighter than dick skin. Ooh, and it's tighter than dick skin.
What? That has nothing to do with it. It sounds like she was hammered. Woo! Somebody tuned into this thinking they were going to get serious sports talk, and they are fucking disappointed. They're like, this is insanity. Come on, I just need some X's and O's. Come on, what's going on? Can you just read from an article, please? No, I'm not. Hey, real quick, when it comes to roof repairs, you're going to want to go with the best. You're going to want to go with the GOAT. Who's the GOAT? Oh, come on, guys. You know, it's Roof Goat USA. Go to roofgoatusa.com right now. And they handle Michigan, they handle Colorado, and they do a fantastic job. And you can set up for a free evaluation of your roof. See if there's anything going wrong with it. You know, maybe you got a leak somewhere. Maybe you just think you might need a new roof. Well, they can handle it. They've been in business for well over 24 years now. They understand the headache that comes with fixing a roof. These guys aren't just coming in when there's a bad storm. These guys are cemented in their community. They're in Michigan, like I said, and they're here in Colorado. And trust me, when there's a big storm that hits your city, you're going to see a bunch of these miscellaneous roofers that are from, like, say, Texas or something. Not Roof Goat USA. They like to cement themselves into the community, get to know the community, and help the community. That's why they're the GOAT. Whether it's repair, replacement, insurance claims, Roof Goat USA, they can handle it all. And to make it even better, it doesn't matter if it's commercial or residential, Roof Goat USA guarantees their work. They put a 30-year guarantee on, materials and labor from date of installation. That's the Roof Goat USA way, guys. So for all your roofing needs, go ahead, contact the GOAT. roofgoatusa.com. Again, roofgoatusa.com. Experience the Roof Goat USA difference today. This was really cool. I'm going through social media this morning, and in baseball, there's a brawl. And most of the time, it's a big shoving match, and they're like, oh, God, you're a jerk. Yo, you're a jerk. You almost hit me. Blah, 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 blah. Not this one. It had some good action. It's the Angels and Braves. Who's it? I think his name's pronounced Solar. I don't pay attention that much to MLB as of right now. He charged the mound after Lopez threw a pitch high and inside that tipped off the catcher's glove and into the bottom. And this was at the bottom of the fifth inning, excuse me. So he got all pissy, right? They start jawing at each other. Next thing you know, the dude charges the mound. He's like, I'm going to fucking hit you. I'm going to rip your head off, you butthole. Right? Type of thing. Classic baseball. There's not very many good baseball brawls. There is. I like that one Rockies one where there's a really cool picture. Mile High Sports used it as a cover photo once for one of their magazines. Nolan Arenado, he's got blood dripping from his like eyebrow, and he's just like throwing a haymaker. He's like, ah! It is awesome. But what really stood out to me in this brawl was Atlanta Braves manager Walt Weiss, legendary shortstop, played for the Rockies, the Braves, and a few other teams. The dude is 62 years old. 62. And he had a nice solo tackle on, I think it was Lopez. He just dropped his shoulder and shoved it into his gut and dropped him. It was awesome. You have to see it. If you're not watching this on YouTube, go to either my Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter account at DeHuff Podcast. I posted the video. It's freaking legendary. It's great. For a 62-year-old man, not afraid to go get his hands dirty. Oh my gosh. I'm very proud of that. The MLB, after watching this, you need to, at least for the manager stats, add tackles. Add tackles, please. It was really cool. Is it weird? This is a way off topic. Well, kind of. Walt Weiss, and I'm not going to do a comparison because I think that'd be kind of weird, but Walt Weiss looks almost identical to my grandpa. Like if somebody said, DeHuff, Walt Weiss is a cousin of yours, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Long lost uncle or something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. He has the big ears, the big nose, kind of just compacted. It probably has a hairy back. He could be in the DeHuff family. I'm just saying. Maybe that's why I really appreciate him. It's like, Papa, Pop, is that you, Pop? Anyway, when asked about how he handled the chaos at the moment, Walt Weiss allegedly said, "I will fuck you up." And I was like, whoa. I was just asking about the brawl, bro. By the way, both of those players were ejected from the game, as they should be. I get it. A pitcher, especially, it sucks when a pitcher accidentally loses control and hits somebody. But like when they're being dicks about it and they're going high and inside at somebody's head, I get it that pisses you off, but charging the mound never accomplishes anything other than proving that a lot of baseball players can't fucking fight. Lopez had the ball in his hand, and it looked like he was going to throw the ball at the dude, but he was just like, he was taking swings with the ball like a fist pack, but not even like punching with it. He was like trying to hit him with the ball. I'm like, what kind of bush league shit is that? At least throw it at him. God, not that I'm encouraging violence. Although, if all of a sudden they charge the mound and everybody just gets in a circle around them and they're like, fight, 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 and they're just like letting them duke it out, I think that would probably stop the fighting, because it would be, the players would be exposed as like, yeah, they can't hold their own. Or they would start training to fight. That'd be great. I would love to tune in for that. Until you get a lopsided matchup. And I don't want to see somebody that I like Ohtani, go up there and get hurt. Also in baseball, the Colorado Rockies, as of this morning, have won 3 in a row, taking the series against the Astros. They still have one more game to go against them. They could get the sweep. Who knows? They didn't have a series win last season until June. To give you some comparisons on the two seasons. I think it was Fox Sports or Sports. Yeah, I think it was Fox Sports wrote an article or something about how the Colorado Rockies are trying to make you forget about the 2025 Rockies type of thing. It's true. And I'll say this. I said it and tweeted it out on March 1st of this year, 2026 of our Lord. The Rockies will have a successful season this year. Will be a playoff contender. Write it down. Okay, I pinned that to the top of I think it's at DeHuff, my personal account on Twitter. Because I still believe that the Rockies, they're going to be above 500, and they are going to be in the hunt for the playoffs. And all of you that, said, oh, you're so stupid. Do you even know shit? No. Hey, I know it's early April. It is. It's April 8th, and I'm trying to say I told you so. Yeah, there's a lot of season left to go. I get it. But they're looking good. They are. If they win tonight, they're going to be 6-6. They're going to be 500. That's great. But yes, there's a lot of season to go. Still waiting for that call up for the first pitch by the Rockies at Coors Field. Still waiting. Warming up my arm. Ready to go. Fire a missile across the plate. Yeah, I'm just saying. Just saying. Come on. Come on. Hey, real quick, put your junk in our trunk. Storms Bros Junk Removal. If your home, your garage, your office, your work site, whatever, it doesn't matter. If it's looking like a disaster zone, you need help removing some junk, no worries. Contact Storms Bros Junk Removal right now. They can help clear up the mess and relieve that stress. I get it. Things pile up very quickly. Sometimes you just take a step back and you're like, oh no, I need some help. I need somebody to take all this junk because I can't put it in the regular trash. That's okay. It happens to me all the time. We do this about once or twice a year. So you got to call Storms Bros Junk Removal right now. If you want to call them, 303-736-9404. Again, 303-736-9404. Or you can go to their website, stormsbrothersjunk.com. Again, stormsbrothersjunk.com. However you contact them, you can get a free quote. They're very quick about it and easygoing about it. It's like, yeah, we can handle that. So you got to contact them, whether it's couches, futons, mattresses, box springs, appliances, electronics. Maybe you got a bunch of drywall. Maybe you're doing some construction and you got a bunch of materials to get rid of. It doesn't matter. Yard waste. They can do it all, guys. Go ahead, contact stormsbrothersjunk.com right now. And 303-736-9404, 303-736-9404. Storms Bros Junk Removal. Put your junk in our trunk. And what we should do right now is get into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
Shane said, ask you anything, huh? Because I posted this on Twitter. I said, ask me anything about sports. Well, Shane continued with, the Masters is this week. Is golf the most overhyped sport out there? It's like bowling. You can be drunk off your ass and still play. NASCAR is a snooze fest too. Can't be drunk in that, but it is calming. It is a calming sound to nap to. Did I offend enough of your listeners to huff? LOL. No, I don't think you did it. Not enough. Hey, Shane, try harder next time. Just kidding. The Masters, I'm not a golf guy. I'm terrible at golf. It's not my thing. The very first time I was on a golf course, I was in Arizona somewhere, and we were doing an event for the radio station, and the grand prize was a trip to this one particular golf resort, and I helped with the tournament and whatever. And I didn't know the etiquette about golf, and they were just doing some guys were doing a practice round, and I'm in the golf cart driving around talking to my wife. I'm like, aha, blah, blah, blah. It's really nice out here, kind of hot, blah, blah, blah. And there's all these people going, shh, quiet. We can't hit this little ball if you're talking and there's noise. That's what I have a problem with. You guys are a bunch of pussies. That's all I'm saying. You might be better if you played with some noise and random sounds. Okay? There's a bird chirping. Get it out of here. Somebody, please. I'm trying to golf. Can't stand golfers. So frustrating. That and the Masters is kind of a snobby tournament. It was founded by racist, sexist dick fucks. And, they didn't like let people of the non-white people into like the 90s or some shit like that. And then in the late, I think it was like 2013 or something like that, they finally were like, yes, if you have a vagina, you're fine. You're welcome to come in here, I guess. Something like that. So come on, Masters. The only reason why you did that is because of like public pressure. Otherwise, I feel like it's just still just a nasty venue. I'm judging it from afar. Never been there. Have no desire to go there. But again, I'm terrible at golf, so I'm kind of biased on it. Really good at Top Golf. Not really. I shouldn't say really good. Pretty good at Top Golf. I enjoy that. If you go and watch me play Top Golf, you're going to snicker. If you're somebody that actually knows how to golf, you'll be like, oh, look at the huff. Look how bad his swing is. Oh, I don't give a fuck. It's how I swing. Jesus. How about this? Eat a bag of dicks? Huh? How about that? Huh? Let's order that from the Top Golf waitress. Hey, do you got a bag of dicks? Because he needs to eat a whole bag. Whole bag. Good. Two? That's what you want? Gosh. I do agree with, like, bowling, you can be liquored up and do well. I have a buddy that used to be, I think he was in a high school bowler, Dan Jacobs. Really good bowler. He's a part-time host on The Fan. Used to be my boss way back in the day. He's also a lawyer and a judge. He's a very multi-talented individual. I should ask him, can you really be drunk and bowl a good game? Probably. NASCAR is, other than the commentary, oh, here he goes. Whoa, body. Oh. Right? It's like, there he goes into the pit stop. Ooh, look at his wheels. They're smoking hot. I don't know what they say.
The last thing anybody needs through there is a slippery wiener.
Ooh, that's the hot dog races. Anyway, NASCAR is boring, but if you're into it, you're into it. Whatever. I can't knock NASCAR because I can appreciate the physical toll it takes to drive. You're going extremely fast. You're in this tight vehicle, and you got to be your eyes have to be sharp. You got to be paying attention. Otherwise, next thing you know, you're done, and your car's just a big pile of rubble. So I can appreciate that. You can't be out of shape. You got to be willing to piss yourself. I don't know. I assume they do that. Do they wear diapers or do they have a catheter in there? I don't know. Let's start the rumor either way. But yeah, not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea, but it is a good sport. Not as boring because let's be honest, if you watch cars racing, it's super exciting. I get it. It's dangerous. But when they crash, holy shit, that's awesome. Especially at night. Oh, so cool. As long as nobody gets hurt, right? There's no if golf had fighting in it, I'd be happy with that. I'd be like, shit, let's tune into golf. Who's playing? And it's this guy versus this guy. Ooh, that guy looks like he could beat the shit out of somebody. And, then I'd be excited. Oh, he missed it? That means the other guy gets to punch him in the dick? Oh, yeah. It's another lively one here at Augusta where Johnny Bojangles just missed an easy par 3, and that means Roger Blinkblum gets to do this.
Grab his dick and twist it!
I'm not very creative right now. You're welcome. Anyway. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the show. I really do appreciate it. That's it for the sports section from the Storms Bros Junk Removal Studios. Check them out at stormsbrothersjunk.com. And also big thanks to Roof Goat USA. Check them out at roofgoatusa.com. Have an amazing day. Let's keep moving forward. Go Rockies! Ha 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 ha! changing the world. They are. The world's perspective on the Rockies, it's changing as of April 7th, 8th, whatever it is. All right, guys. Have a great day. I'll talk to you next time.